Hi everyone, I am Jessica Janes and I'm with Nick Hawley at Bauer Auction. We are going to take you through and do a walkthrough preview of the auction that closes tonight of some pretty amazing radios.
Very amazing radios.
Yes.
This is probably the most unique and probably the most amount of really good items that we've had in one sale at one time. And everything came out of a museum in Chicago. And there's been nothing added to this sale. There's been nothing put in. Every single piece came from Jack and Janet's Radio Museum. And they were very, very proud of this stuff. And he meticulously went through every single piece that we are selling. And he had them all in working order before he brought them into his museum. So each piece, you really need to pay attention because this is only once in a lifetime sale, and you're never going to see another collection like this ever again of radios.
All right, so we're going to start right here.
Okay, so here we have our Zenith. This is the upright.
Wrong button. Push the wrong button. There we go.
So this is your Zenith upright. You know, everything in here, if they had it, there was nothing wrong with it, basically. And there's a couple pieces that might have a scuff, a tiny little scuff here and there, but that's about the most you're going to find wrong with it. But beautiful fronts on here, the veneers all still attached, and you just don't get this kind of detail and quality just anywhere. This is his master's voice.
That is a very neat radio.
That's a Victrola record display.
Yeah, that's cool.
Lots of really unusual, smaller, handheld transistor radios. There's one with Sinclair right on it. And then you'll have these homemade systems and early patent models that you, if you look here, you can see if you get real close, each one of them has these are light bulbs, and each one has a little figure inside of it. And so, you know, that's just a lot of the unusual stuff.
See if I can show those to you guys. Very unique details.
And then you've got items that came out of different radio stations from all around the country, you know, different popular radio stations. And just really unique items that you're just not going to find anywhere. There's even Gumby radios. He's my favorite guy. And then you've got tube testers. Very, very old, and everything's just in an unbelievable condition on this sale. You've got old dining room radios. You even got Kermit, the telephone, and Darth Vader radios.
These Tombstone radios are incredible.
Early Bendix. A lot of these, if you look, you'll see these celluloid and Catalin radios. They're just usually 9 times out of 10, when you see them, there's at least cracks and stuff like that. These are all really immaculate. And then you've got several of these 4 models. You even got a little treasure chest radio. Every radio that you could possibly think of, we have in these sales. And not only that, if you like these radios, there's going to be 2 more of these sales because they had so much stuff, we had to split it into 3 different sales. This is some of the stuff we put up front here. You got these early transistors and tubes. And a lot of these tubes are just very valuable and just things that you're not going to find anywhere. No matter how hard you look, you're not going to find them because you'll never look as hard as Jack did for these radios. And then you've got one from Western Electric, big one up there. And then you've got these homemade radios. They call them home brews a lot of times. And they're just things that people put together with little kits.
And they say the tags on top of these are really important. So I'm going to try to get in here and let you guys look at these. I think there are probably pictures of them, but just in case, I've had a couple people ask me for up-close pictures of those. So hopefully that will help answer that question. I like this little guy.
You got little Radio Rex there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, more. You got your old 40.
The colors
Anderson.
on these are
This
just...
one is the Aristocrat. An old cat one.
And that one. I like the looks of that
one. A lot
one.
of atomic age stuff in this one too. And then you've got these speakers here, these amplifiers. And if you look, a lot of these are just really rare and very unusual. And to find them in this condition, and a lot of them are mostly still working. If you were to wire them back up, they'll play. And then you've got these, you got Bendix radio signs and Sylvania.
And there are
old
pictures
RCA.
on the catalog of this stuff working. These lights, I think they had plugged signs, they had plugged in.
I really like this one here. That one's got brass on the front. It was cut out and all done by hand. So you don't see a lot of that detail. And this one might have been my favorite one. I'm not sure, but I'd say that's definitely in my top 5 for sure. But it's that's all made out of cast bronze there. and it's just a really unique and unusual piece. And here you've got grandfather clock radios. You've got early Windsor clocks. You've got these, the very unusual antennas. If you look here, there's a couple of those old antennas. This one here, if you look, Jesse, you can see this. He won first prize at the Antique Radio Club of Illinois. This is first place prize from Elgin, Illinois. And you can see the carvings on the sides of them. It's even got carvings all the way across the top, all done by hand. Every single piece done by hand.
You will see a lot of the awards on these. They tried to keep some of the, I know this one back here had one. They tried to keep the awards with them.
Yeah, definitely. And you got old Philco thermometer there, all original. I don't know why you had this one. It's not a radio, but it's pretty cool though. It's an old Humphrey political sign there. It's all got metal in it. It switches over from one side to the other. So another one of those little homebrew models there. Very nice. This one's actually neutral wound. Neutral wound. Another early radio. Another one of my favorites. I have too many favorites, but luckily I don't have any money, so you don't have to worry about that.
This is why I have Nick's bidding turned off. He can't buy any of these things.
I like the Rocket, and then
there's Brad Paler joined us. He's watching.
And back here, this came off of a case from an original RCA stand-up upright radio, but we liked it, and it's got the magic brain, magic eye, and metal tubes.
Very cool.
Early World Globe model, another really interesting piece. You can see it's got the World Globe, and it's got your little dial, the Globetrotter right here. And I believe it picks up world band radios, so you can listen to somebody, talking over in Somalia or India or, whatever you're into. This one
Nick,
here.
You're on two cameras at once. Do you feel really popular and famous right now?
And this here, it looks really cool, and we've been using it for security all week. But it's actually a new TV stuck inside of an old TV case. So, but you can run it all day, and just like that, no one will ever know. Another very, very interesting, very unusual. Look at the cutting on there. They just did stuff better back then,
Awesome. The details on some of this stuff.
Yeah, it's got all the pieces in the middle there. These are usually always broken on the side of here. Early radiola. That's the Super Metrodyne radiola. This one here, I'm pretty sure if you know anybody that's been in trouble, I think they use these in places where you might be incarcerated, so that you can't hide your shiv in there or anything. But it also has a neon light in the back, and I think that might be what this one's for. It's because of the neon light. Here you got really good, very, very just beautiful. You really should come down here before the sale ends and come look at these things one more time. And if you want to, just come on over and you can put your hands on it, you can touch it, you can feel it, you can plug it in, whatever you want to do. But this is nice Zenith here. This is one of your uprights. It's got the original cloth that's just flawless inside of there. And each one of these pieces is still attached, and it's just in amazing condition. Beautiful array. Here you have your Philco 9 tube. That's the Philco 9 tube radio. Another one that's very, very nice. This one here, I think they just had this out while Mom and Dad were looking at radios. The kids could play on something. But that's your full little animated little dinosaur. Here you've got your another one. This is a early Super Teledial. And it has a telephone dial that you use to change all the different stations and everything. And you can tune each one in. And it took them about another 80 years before they figured out how to do that in cars. Here, this is one of my favorite. This is a Crosley, I think it's a Showbox, Crosley Showbox. And you've got the Crosley Cone original speaker in there too, with the original speaker cover. And another unusual piece. This one just was neat. He was just cool looking. We don't know if he works or not, but he's neat.
Neat little display piece.
Yeah, a little peanut candy gumball machine. This is the original man who started this whole debacle, Mr. Edison, the guy who invented the light bulb, among other things. Here I did the teledial. Is that another teledial? This is the other teledial. Yeah. This one here just has them around the edge here, but a very unusual dial on there, and really neat. Here, this is all together for one lot here. These items here. This is the radio,
so what lot is this?
And this is the
14.
the case that the radio came in. So that's why this is such an unusual piece, because these usually are just discarded or thrown away. But this one actually has the original pieces, and even has, we threw in a picture, they had it at the museum, but that's that radio blown up inside the Macy's department store a long, long time ago. You got your bells. Nice little bell there. We got some more items here on the edge. Just some more stuff that that they had in there in the shop. You got your old railroad, all your railroads, little lanterns. You got your street light, 2 water pumps, and one of those water pumps has that little star on it, and it's from what's the name of it? Blue Star Pump Company from Galena, Illinois. That's a good one there. Then you got your little girl that had this out front.
Hey, Carrie, and thank you for joining us. Look at Nick. We cannot talk
There's
about
no way.
radio.
We'll have to make this a 5-hour video
Yeah,
if you want any more of
ever
it.
let us do that. So we'll kind of go through these maybe a little bit quicker. But
You got your little hands.
every piece is
your
so
Zenith
awesome.
flip top world band on the air, little microphone radio.
Very cool.
You even have radio scales for those of you who like to multitask. You can listen to music and weigh things out.
So this I was looking at.
Early crank.
That's awesome.
That's from one of those big cranks.
I was looking at this for a gentleman last night, and he couldn't believe that it was in such good condition, or that the piece inside it was still in its plastic.
Yeah.
It's a bottle
They've
opener.
never been out.
So
Never been out. Whole flat full of tubes. A lot of these tubes, we put them together. We didn't sort them. We just put them into boxes that they fit in, and that's your lot. And so you'll see you got a big lot of tubes, and then whatever they were in, we kind of left them as they were. And so just a lot of really unusual. That's a Janiga. More tubes. Hammerland. That's a 1959 Hammerland. More tubes. Look at this one's never been out of it's still got the original case that came with it. Even got Garfield in there. This one I liked a lot. It's a Atwater Kent, but an early Atwater Kent. If you see the front of it there, it's got that original label on it. And got little locks too. All kinds of good stuff. I guess we're on the back side now. Huh? Got Ray Charles. You can't go wrong with Ray Charles, you know. This one was really neat. Over there, that's a Type L Matthews Woodpecker Telefault.
there's so much documentation with all of these. Seems like each one, maybe not every single one, but
Another
they do
really
have a
rare
lot of
Philco there with the
paperwork with each one.
bottom on it.
Christy's
Slider.
waving at us. Hi, Christy.
Hi, Christy. You got your Wilson stuff. You got these manuals here. These are technicians' manuals and for your different parts, but it has all your amateur radio magazines in there, all the way back to the 40s,
This little guy's
30s.
cool.
A little pizza pie man. There's Spidey man. Tigger, another Spider-Man there. Pizza Hut, you got Goofy, Minnie. I really like this one back here too. That's a Fayette, a Fayette. Really unusual piece. Real early. Just things that you will never see in another sale. Only at Bauer Auction can you see these things, and they go off tonight. They are selling tonight at 7 p.m.
That's right. And let me kind of explain that. So the first item begins closing at 7 o'clock. And Nick, there's a 15-second stagger between each lot. So that does not mean the whole sale is over at 7 o'clock. That means it starts to close at 7 o'clock. If you're not familiar with how the sale works, but you are wanting to bid on stuff, I'd recommend watching it from the beginning, just so you can kind of see how it works, because there's a 3-minute soft close that extends the time for the specific item. So you can't really get sniped. People always call it sniping. I don't even know if that's really a term.
I don't think they can do it
But
anymore.
people say that you get sniped like on
They can
eBay.
on eBay. You can get sniped, but not on high bid. You
Right.
can get sniped
'Cause
because
of
it's
the-
soft close.
It just reopens the item, so you have a chance to get back in there and do some more bidding.
Yeah, there you go. Your old Coors telephone somebody made up there. Another Cathedral. That's an Atwater Kent there. But oh, look at that early Motorola television there. radio news. These are still a popular item. These are those little space-age Weltron radios. You can see them. They're made to look like George and the Jetsons. But a lot of that stuff's really popular nowadays.
I think that stuff is gaining in popularity too. That style is kind of coming back.
Really heavy-duty one there. That'll really crank out some sound on that one. Then you got your Federal. Another Atwater Kent. This one there, that one, I love that. That's the Atwater Kent that goes with this one, I think. Then you got radiolas. Really nice Zenith there. You can see it's still got the original piece on it.
Oh, they're nifty. They're really neat display pieces.
Yeah. Transistors, lots of transistor radios. You've got these. They had so many, we just had to put them together. Usually it'd be a lot by itself, but those little pan type radios, really neat. And the same alarm clock that I had when I was in high school. It goes nick, 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 nick. And that's how you wake up, and it has a rooster crowing too. I think we kind of went probably a little too fast.
Quickly. Yeah, we had to.
We went too fast, but there's just too much stuff here to show you everything. Just get on the catalog and look. I promise it'll be worth your while, because it's stuff. If nothing else, just look at the stuff, because you're never going to see most of this again in this condition.
Yeah, and we are here at the building today for you if you want to come look at it. I know, I realize the sale closes tonight, but you can still come look, come plug something in, call us with questions. We are here with our phones, so the office number is 217-235-5795. If you want to have one of it, if you live too far away and can't get here today, we will be happy to answer a phone and try to answer some condition questions for you. But yeah, so BauerAuction.com, that's www.BAUERauction.com. And this is the auction that's currently at the top of our page, so it'll take you right to it. If you guys have any questions, just give us a call. Thanks.
Thank you.